Welcome to Annitude, a relationship podcast about love, friendships, and everything in between. Hello and welcome to Annitude with Anna. I'm here with Amanda. Say hello to the listeners.
Hello, listeners.
So, we've been on a hiatus. Life has been busy. I was busy with, traveling back home for the holidays, and honestly, not really having the motivation to make time for these Real Housewives girls that are giving Go Girl Give Us Nothing. Amanda, what about you? What do you have to say to listeners? Because I know somebody commented on my Patreon was like, where's the new episode? And it's like, my bad.
I'm so sorry, listeners. I'm not going to lie. I was fighting for my life.
Like Jen Shah.
Yes, for Jen Shah. I was fighting for my life. I was just trying to get through this holiday season with just everybody in my family's birthdays in December, and just we run a catering business, so just all of that.
Yeah, catering businesses are jam-packed during holiday season, so
yeah, it was a lot. My mental health was struggling, and we got through it though.
Well, I'm glad. We're glad to have you back. I'm glad that we're back in action. We're not in the same house today. My house is a disaster, so I don't want anybody to come over until since I've gotten home, I'm like, I need to clean up. But every time I come home from work, I'm so drained that I just pass out. So one of these days we'll get back together. We'll have a good kiki. Also I got new wine glasses that we'll have to break in the next time that you come over.
Excellent.
And I ordered a box of 6 different wines that we'll have to sample them on air maybe.
We have to, as long as
that's what the listeners want. So let's talk about today was Sentencing Day, or Sentencing for Jen Shah Day. To all who celebrate, happy holidays. And Jen got 6.5 years. She has to pay 6.5 million in restitution to the victims, and she gets 5 years of supervised release whenever she's released. And people keep saying oh, she's going to get released for good behavior. When has this bitch ever been on good behavior? Have you not watched the show? She's a loose cannon.
She's crazy. But she's a loose cannon around people that aren't going to react as much as
True. Maybe in jail, she'll realize when she's about to get shanked with a shiv that she will calm her ass down.
Yeah, I think she's just not afraid of little white girls that are all.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
Prison, and there might be some little white girls, but they're not as timid.
They're on meth, so they're ready to fight. These white girls are in jail for meth, so don't play with them.
He has to physically serve these 6.5 years, right?
Yeah, unless they reduce her sentence somehow by doing an appeal or something. But since she didn't have a trial, I don't think she has to, or she doesn't get to appeal. So I think this is the best case scenario, because I think if she would have went to trial, they wouldn't have given her a chance, and they would have given her the maximum, which was 30 to 50 years or something. So she's lucky. I mean, she'll be out by the time her son is in graduating college, which is sad. Poor Omar. This past episode, so Amanda hasn't watched the last 2 episodes, which I don't blame her. They were snooze fest. I watched them and I was on my email, so I wasn't even paying attention. But Jen Shah in this latest episode went to a therapist and was complaining. She's like, I just hope I didn't do anything to hurt my family, and did I destroy Omar? And it's yes, you did. You ruined their lives. They will never be the same ever again.
Yeah.
And there's also allegations she cheated on Coach Shaw with a married man. And there's a woman that's suing her. This is on TMZ. There's a woman suing her for showing up to her apartment in Nevada, because the married woman that Jen Shah was cheating on with her husband sent texts that Jen sent her husband to Coach Shaw. So then Jen went to Nevada, I guess, and showed up at this girl's house. And now the girl's I think filing a restraining order. I don't know. Jen is just trouble all the way around. I was pro Jen up until I read these victim statements from people, and not saying I didn't believe the victims. I just didn't I guess I needed to see the gravity. Like somebody was like they were going to unalive themselves. Another person said like they have no money in their savings, like, and they like were saving for their kids, like, important events. And it was just very sad because she did that all for what? For
Yeah.
what?
All for her fake Louis bags.
Right. And they seized
Like
all her purses and they were all fake. I'm like, what were you doing with your money? I'm confusion. Like,
she probably like that's the thing is I think she thought that they were getting away with everything.
right.
Which honestly she might have if she didn't become a Salt Lake housewife. Like
Yeah. That's what I think. Like, why do these housewives go on knowing that they're committing fraud and felonies? I don't
I
get
don't
it.
I
I don't
don't
get it.
understand. Well, maybe she was just maybe this is also part of her plan too, is she was trying to make some real money to actually like be able to leave for her family
Oh,
because
that
she doesn't got to take all her money.
Yep, yep, that's true. That's true. And that's the thing too is like I used to like be on like Coach Shaw didn't know this, but it seems like from text messages that the court has that he was aware that she was doing this. Cause like also how wouldn't you know? What money you're bringing in as a college football coach. How is any of this money supplying like assistance for Jen, multiple cars, $80,000 parties? Like make it
That's
make sense.
how are people sitting this much on these parties? I don't understand. They're at their
No.
houses. Like the one, like two of the ones that they're saying they spent like what's her name that threw the party? Angie
Angie
that threw
K.
the party for Shaw. Um, like that it was $18,000, right? Is that what
And
she
I'm
said?
like, on what? You do not like what do you spend? How I want to know how people spend this much money. I
How
understand
does it know?
alcohol, I could see spending maybe $1,000 to $2,000 on like to have different kinds of
Yeah,
alcohol and like $1,000 for like a bartender for the whole night because that is like something you have to pay
yeah, that
for.
sounds about right around there.
Yeah, but other than that, like they didn't really have anything that you couldn't get from Party City.
Oh my gosh, that's the other thing. Most of their decorations are never that nice. And you're
No. And the
like,
venue was her house. So it's like, what did
yeah,
you,
that
are
was
you
my
including your
thing.
mortgage?
Normally if your parties like cost that much, it's because you're also paying a venue.
Yeah. I'm like, did she put her mortgage in there? Like
Maybe
that was part of the deal. Like you pay my month's mortgage because you had your party here. It was
maybe we're too
bizarre.
poor.
It,
Maybe we're too poor to understand.
yeah, I feel like this is like different tax bracket problems that I would never understand because like when I have a party, I spend maybe $200 and that's including everything. Like if at that point if we're spending more than that, then we got to go on a vacation or something. Like we're not spending thousands to be sitting in my house listening to music.
If I'm not like if the food isn't free, that would be like the biggest cost. Like that's kind of it. Uh,
Yeah. I remember I had a
normally,
Men Are Trash bash like a couple years ago and it was like during Valentine's weekend and I spent $70 on Taco Bell and I thought that was wild. That because like but I supplied enough food for like 15 people with $70. I'm just saying.
yeah, that's thrifty.
Yes, I was thrifting. I was balling on a budget, but yeah, Jen ended up paying Angie K back this last episode, and Angie K did say something pretty iconic. She was like, so Jen gave her a check at this fundraising event that Meredith was putting on. And Angie K said, I better hurry up and cash this check before the government freezes Jen's accounts. And I was like, you're not wrong. I would have been mobile
Well,
depositing. I would
that
have been
was
on mobile deposit immediately, like
mobile
taking a
deposit, take
picture.
a picture of it. No,
Yes,
that's kind of what she said too in one of the other episodes I was watching earlier. When she gave her the necklace, the $5,000 necklace, and she was just like, "Is the NYPD gonna come and seize this necklace?"
exactly. And also, how tacky to give a necklace that you are wearing over to somebody else's house. Like, oh, you can have this.
But no,
I
and then she said, "I couldn't get the clasp open. You can have it."
makes
That
no
was like
sense.
her reason. It wasn't even like, oh, thank you so much for throwing the party for my husband.
Yeah,
Here's this
here you can have this,
necklace.
I don't want this piece of shit necklace. Like, so rude. She has no decorum, that Jen Shaw. But so I don't know. Have you seen the beginnings of Heather Gay's black eye situation? Why, and like, so basically they went to San Diego. Jen pours the liquor on, or the champagne on Angie K's head, and then like, I don't know, that was crazy. Like, that's when I was like, Jen needs to go to jail, because if somebody poured liquor on my head and I just got my hair done, never mind even just getting my hair done. If you poured liquor on my head, period, we're fighting. Like, we're done.
Yeah,
And
I
it
remember.
wasn't funny. Jen tried to say it was a joke, and it was like, that wasn't funny. And then they went on a boat, and then Jen threw somebody's shoes off the boat, and I'm like,
She
jail once
threw
again.
she threw Angie K's shoes off the boat.
Yeah, so rude. And then threw the
And then one of
charcuterie.
Heather, one of Whitney's shoes. Sorry.
Yes, the flip flop. I was like, that's yeah, she needs to go to jail just based on that. But the Heather Black Eye situation, like her and Jen were like messing around all night, like playing around, showing their boobs to everybody, and then putting their boobs together. It was like very like, will they or won't they like scissor each other at some point? It was very interesting. Like, I feel like Heather has a crush on Jen, because why else would she?
Why else
Why
would
is she always writing so hard for her?
Yeah, or why would you always be her ride or die on her ride
Yes,
or die?
makes no sense. So then the next morning there's like some footage of like somebody knocking on Heather's door at 4 a.m. We don't see who it is. And then the next morning she wakes up with a black eye, but then doesn't want to explain why she has the black eye, where she got it. And then somehow they have this like Greek goddess theme. Jolene, please, for the love of God. Um, this Greek goddess party, and she has an eye patch, and it's like, who packs an eye patch? Like a decorative eye patch, like that it has an evil eye on it. And I'm like, she had that. I think she had it before that the trip started, and it just got larger as the trip went on. But I don't know why she's trying to like insinuate that everybody's trying to insinuate, did Jen hit you? Like, did Jen beat you? And she's like not telling. And it's just annoying. And this like goes to the whole, what the problem is this season is, what is going on? There's no like storylines. Like, where's the choir? Remember the choir situation? Like,
Yeah, I've been
we
like
haven't
every
revisited the choir. We haven't heard Lisa Barlow sing Away in the Manger since then. Like, I'm confused what's going on. There's too many storylines, but no resolution to any of them. And I'm not saying like they need to like rehash anything, but it's like, I feel like the producers or whoever were like, this is a shitty season. Let's just throw everything at everybody and hope they don't, you know, question anything. But that's basically calling us as a viewer stupid. We haven't heard why what Whitney's family trauma is and why she needs to heal. Like,
the hill.
she needs some healing. So we don't know that, and we don't know like anything really what's going
I
on.
I
So
also
that's
just I don't know if it was just me or if everyone. I felt like how did all the Angies and then Dana, how did they become so involved with all of the girls?
I don't know.
I
I
was
don't
just like,
know. And then
wait, I don't understand. So have like all these people known each other forever,
yeah,
or like I
you
don't.
just threw them in there and we're like, well, figure it out. But Jen offered Dana hair dye for, because her like her hair is gray in the front, which I think is kind of cool. But Jen offered her hair dye. I was like, you shady bitch. Like, once again, add that to the sentence. You need to go to jail. You're so rude. No decorum. Um,
Well, I don't know about her, but I actually have family members that's a birthmark.
yeah, no, I don't
Born
think hers is a
with that.
birthmark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
But
that where it's
I don't
like,
know.
but I
I
love
also think
when,
that one lady from what was it? What Not to Wear? How she always
oh my gosh, she had the two pieces. She
yeah,
she was like Gen Z before Gen Z was a thing, because she had the two gray
she was
pieces in the
weird.
front. I remember that show was so rude. Like, it'd be like, you dress like shit, get everything out of your fucking closet, you piece of trash. And then they would like go
You
to
get
like,
5 pieces of clothing now.
yes. I'm like, they're like, we have black pants, blue pants, jeans, and a skirt. That's all you get. And it's like, I don't know. It was a very
This is my
disrespectful show.
entire wardrobe. And then that was the other thing is like they made them shop at all these high end stores and they only got $10,000, which I thought that was like crazy amount of money. But if you're going to these high end stores, that's nothing.
That's nothing. Like thinking about when we worked at Saks off Fifth, like those normal prices, like there'd be no way you can afford anything with $10,000. That was crazy. That show was so disrespectful. Remember the show Extreme Makeover, like for your face?
Yes.
And then they would like be like, "You're ugly ass chode. Let's redo your whole face and then have a reveal, like a
Yeah.
fashion show."
I remember if I remember correctly, I think some of the people were able to get plastic surgery.
Yes, they would get like
Right?
facelifts. They would get
And
like
then
facelifts and like gastric bypass and like tummy tucks. Like it was wild. And then they would show like their family wouldn't even recognize them. They're like, "Here's your mother," and then the kids would be like, "Oh my god, that's not my mom!" Like
they're like crying because they're like, "Where's my mom?"
yeah, it was so like the 90s, early 2000 shows were so like disrespectful. Do you remember that show, The Swan, where they would like have like a group of like quote unquote ugly people and then they would like make them over and then they would have to compete at the end after their makeover. And then they would choose who's the prettiest one, the swan out of the ugly duckling. Like it was so messed up. Like no wonder I have body dysmorphia.
That sounds familiar, but I'm also like I have no idea what that is. But
Well,
it
you
also
probably weren't watching trash TV. I had three channels in my bedroom because we didn't have cable in just my bedroom for some reason. So I'd get ABC, NBC, and like the I don't know, the religious channel. And so like whatever came on ABC or NBC, that's what I would watch. So like all those shows would be on. And I remember watching a lot of The Bachelor when I was younger, and I can't watch it now. It's like traumatizing.
I had never seen it till I was an adult, and then
Yeah,
I
I
was
was watching it at the ripe old age of like 9 or 10 because like I didn't have cable, so I'm like, I'm gonna watch this show in here because that's the only channel I get. Watched a lot of Montel Williams.
oh, I love Montel.
Yeah, I watched a lot of General Hospital. At like I was like 7 watching General Hospital because that was the only channel I had.
No, we never had cable till I was like I think in like the seventh grade,
I
and
mean,
so
that's
I was always
that's
watching
what made us
PBS.
love reality TV because as soon as I got a hold of reality TV, what was your first reality TV show you remember watching besides like the makeover shows?
Probably was it Laguna Beach? I think
Was mine.
I think
That
it's
was
Laguna
mine.
Beach.
Laguna Beach changed my life. And let me tell you why. I swear to you, I was obsessed with Kristen. I was obsessed with her. I remember I watched so much Laguna Beach one day that I started talking like Kristen. I remember I went to the video store with one of my friends and she's like, "Why are you talking like?" I was like what? Stupid. Like I was literally talking like I was obsessed. And ever since then, please inject reality TV into my veins. I can't watch anything else.
Same. I had that was in I think I was already older too when I first saw Laguna Beach. Like
I was in high school. I was
I
like
think
10th grade.
I think they were done. No, I think I finally saw it. I think I was in high school when I finally like got a hold of reality TV because my dad would always be like, "Go live your life and stop watching other people's lives." And I was like,
It's not the same though. It's like,
"Yeah."
Dad, but I'm not getting a new Bentley. And I'm also not fighting with LC about
Yeah.
Stephen.
And then I
So it's
ate
not
up
the same.
anything MTV wanted to show me. I was like, yes, because I'm not even allowed to watch this channel. I will watch it all. I used to
Yep.
love that. What's the My Life as Liz? I think
Oh, that was a great show. That was a cute show. That was
I
cute.
liked that one. And
Did you
I
ever watch Room Raiders?
Yes, I'd watch Room Raiders.
There, well, okay, I have a
The
question about that.
Life.
Why was there always like semen? Like that was like the big thing in like men's room when they get the black light and they're like, look at the bed. And they would do the UV light on the bed and be like, ugh, that's gross. And like I didn't even know what semen was. And I was like, oh yeah, that's disgusting. But it was
Like,
probably just like
no.
bodily fluid. Like,
Sweat.
yeah, it could have been anything, but that disgusting. And like, how could you choose a person based on their room? Do you think you could if okay, if you didn't know Daniel and you walked into like this room you're in, would you be like, yeah, that's the one for me?
No, really not.
You like he obviously is too like involved in politics. He has the Obama poster, and
We
then
got
also
Obama here.
we got
I
J.
know.
Cole.
We got J. Cole with the Trump.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could choose somebody based off their room because some guys are very clean, but they also like have no personality, and some guys are very messy but are very nice. I don't know.
Now I'm like looking around. We do got Nipsey up here though. Nipsey's over,
Okay, you know what? Then that would be an
and
automatic. We're in.
it's actually signed. Like Daniel went to like a signing and everything, so he framed it, so it's up there.
R.I.P.
I know.
R.I.P.
I
to a
was
real
so
one.
sad when I had to. Well, I texted him because he was on a social media cleanse when it happened, so he didn't have anything. And I saw it, and I was like, Daniel, and he was like, my dad told me, and I was
Oh, I was at a Thai restaurant when it happened. My mom texted me. My mom, well, yeah, my mom texted me and she was like, Nipsey Hussle died. Who is that? And I was
who is that? You were like, bah.
like, please get off the internet.
No, yeah,
Um,
I felt so bad. And then I was at Kate. I had worked at Kate still, and so I know that all the people around me did not know who that was
they were
either.
like, no, Nipsey, no say. I don't know who that is. Can you go fold that? You go fold that scarf? Okay, we gotta, I'm so sorry.
On
I'd
that
like
tangent. Sorry,
we're
guys.
need a way off topic. I mean, but basically there is no topic. We are getting no resolution from Whitney's Hillin journey. We're getting no resolution. We didn't even go back to like talk about what her husband's doing after he got fired. Like, how are they making money? They didn't
Yeah.
discuss that.
And then, so does she not have money now? And then
It
they were,
we have no idea what's going on. And then we
how is
also
Wild Rose? Where
she's
is that
yeah, where is the wild rose beauty? I am a wild rose. She also said something that was hilarious. God bless her, because this just shows how God bless Whitney. I'll just say that. She said she was going to make conjugal visits to Jen in jail, and I don't think she knew what that meant. She's like, I
at?
will go and give conjugal visits to Jen. And everybody's like, that's not what that means, girl. And then she's like, I will still go. And I was like, oh, you just said you're going to fuck Jen, like basically. So, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Weird. So we didn't get any resolution to that drama. We didn't get any resolution to did Lisa Barlow suck dick for those Utah Jazz tickets?
Did
Is
she?
her business in trouble? Like we never went back to that. We
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, so does she have a business? Like, is it even hers? Wasn't that like a thing too? They were saying
yeah, but no
it belonged to
resolution.
her.
No, we know nothing. We know nothing about her son saying fudge college. Is he going to college? That's
Is
TBD.
is her husband her assistant?
Or is Daddy John Barlow the assistant? Also, we never found out why Heather and Whitney are no longer friends. Like it still doesn't make any sense. Like they're just on a friend break and they're just not speaking. Um, we never found out about Angie H and her husband, like their situation with that fake profile. I guess Jen's supposed to meet up with them and talk about it. I don't know. There's one more episode left. I feel like this season was a whole bunch of nothing with a choir thrown in. And okay,
A bad
before
choir at that. Like, why did everybody make the choir? That was the other thing.
and why were Whitney and Angie H in those uniforms? I don't understand what is going on. This was probably the worst season of any housewives that I've watched because I hated everybody by the end of it.
Yeah, I
Normally I'm like
don't.
standing and riding for somebody, but this time I'm like, get them all off my TV. I don't like anybody. Oh, we have 10 minutes left. Thanks a lot, Zoom. But before we wrap this up, what do you think needs to happen next season for it to get back on track?
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think I would say this, but I think we need Mary. I think we need Pastor Mary back.
We need our lady in Christ. We need her and her grandpa husband to come back and save the show because she was the only one saying things to Jen. She was the only one. Well, Jen won't be back. Andy Cohen said she's not even coming to the reunion. Um,
I thought she did make it into season 3. So that
no,
Thing, no.
He fired Jen. They're cutting ties with Jen. So if they started filming season 3, which I don't think they have, or season 4, she's not going to be in it.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, I think we need Mary Crosby because she was the only one that was stand up to people and call like Whitney little girl. That was
Little
hilarious.
girl.
Little girl. Um,
Actually don't think that I like Angie K. I don't think she should come back.
I just feel like there's no drama anymore because Jen's gone. Like, who is she gonna beef with? Like, who is she gonna fight with? Angie H also, who will she fight with? I think Heather needs to go. I'm gonna say it. And here's
Ooh.
why. If you're not gonna talk about what happened with your black eye and you're gonna like just tease it and like key it up and not like give us a reason, you shouldn't be on the show because like that's why you're on the show is talk about your life. Either you say why you got a black eye or leave. Like, don't make us make assumptions because that's calling us as viewers stupid. I think Meredith needs to go. She's go girl, give us
Are
absolutely
we
nothing.
cleaning house?
What?
Are we cleaning house?
Yeah, I would say keep Wild Rose because I feel like she is like willing to like go above and beyond to like start drama, stir up drama. She's also a good time. Like she loves to twerk. She loves to have things poured down her pants.
I was annoyed with have I was annoyed with Heather on the trip when she wouldn't let the strippers like dance on her. And I was
Yeah.
like, you're
What are
literally
you?
the only single woman there. And you know,
Yeah.
and Whitney had to stand up and say, you know what? I'll take a lap dance.
Yeah. No, I feel like Heather's boring. I've never been like, oh yeah, I think everybody liked her because she ate food and like they thought like all the fans were like, oh my god, she's so wacky. She loves meat on a stick. And like that is only funny for so long and then you need to get something else. Lisa, I'm sorry. I know you can't stand her.
I can't stand her, but she would need to stay.
I think she needs to stay
Yeah.
because like she's ridiculous. She's
Mm-hmm.
absolutely ridiculous. Who else gives us away in a manger, Diet Coke drinking, fudge college, sucking dick for Utah Jazz tickets? I don't know. I feel like
She's
Lisa,
pretty well
yes,
dressed. She's annoying about it, but she is pretty well dressed. So she
yes,
gives us looks.
she gives us looks.
She gave us garbage trash whore.
She gave us our catchphrase, garbage trash horror. Also, enjoy I enjoy when she has her talking heads because they don't make any sense when she's like reviewing what's going on in the scene. And I'm gonna have to say, like, she's my number one. So sorry to hear that for myself. I didn't think that this day would come, but she's my number one. Who's your number one? I mean, I know you haven't seen the last 2 episodes, but you really don't need to. Nothing truly, Amanda, has happened since
I
you've been gone.
still I still don't understand it. And I think it's weird that like she just kind of started beef with Heather, but I feel like Whitney is my number one just because she does meet all the like what a good housewife is kind of entails. Like she's fun, she's just gonna try and get along with everyone, but she also wants to cause all the drama.
Yes, she
She
gets
wants to
drunk.
be the peace, but she also wants to be the drama. And
Yes,
so it's like she just gives us all of it. She will twerk. She will accept a lap dance from a stripper, even though she's married and has 2 kids, which is a fun time.
I agree. She's my number two.
The girl's girl.
Yeah, little girl.
Little
Um,
girl.
also to say about like really great housewives. Have you watched Real Housewives of Miami on Peacock?
No, I think you told me I need to. So I will
This
add
is
that to my homework.
this is what I'm talking about when I say these housewives, they give us looks, they give us fashions, they give us humor. They're fighting about literally nothing. They were fighting in the first episode about who had a mortgage on their house, and somebody didn't know if they had a mortgage on their house or not. That's how wealthy they are. So they're giving us
You're like,
wealth,
you want to pay
glamour.
the mortgage?
Yeah, they don't know they're paying mortgages. There's parties, there's drinking, Larsa Pippen. I mean, it's just gives it all.
I will get on it.
You need to get on it.
I still
Eight
need to catch up on
episodes.
Potomac again.
Yeah, and Potomac is kind of dragging this season, but did you hear about what happened with Juan Dixon?
Oh gosh, no. What is
Oh my God. So at his college, so he's a basketball coach at the college, like Coppin University or whatever.
he was like
So
an assistant. Did he finally get a head coach
so
position?
his assistant, so his the other assistant coach was catfishing a player as a woman, having this player send him nudes, and then was like extorting him. Then went to the player as the coach. He was like, "Yeah, she's exploiting me too. She's trying to blackmail me. She said if we don't do what she asked, which is to have sex together and film it, that she will leak all your photos and my photos." So they like hooked up or whatever. Then the player was like, I don't want to do this anymore, and like cut ties with the catfish person. Then the pictures leaked. He told Juan Dixon. Juan Dixon was like, you still have to come to practice, and like knew that this other coach was mentally ill and had mental problems, is what he said, and did nothing about it. So then the kid lost his scholarship when he told the university what was going on and had to transfer to a different school. And they're now like Juan Dixon and like the university and obviously that coach are being investigated for all these issues with, yeah, crazy. A guy, the coach catfishing as a woman to this young man on the basketball team. Insane. So Juan Dixon is involved in all that. No wonder they're never going to get married, him and Robin.
That is horrible because they're that's terrible because that's fucking up with that kid's life. Because
Yes.
if he's a college ball, I don't know how good he is, but he probably wants to keep playing. And
And
then
yeah, he finished school last year, I believe, at a different school. But the fact is that he had to sleep with this coach
yes,
to keep his place on the team. And then come to find out it is the coach. And then he loses everything. It's wild.
that's
Bananas.
crazy.
Bananas. So Potomac is giving what it's supposed to give, unlike fucking Salt Lake. But
We love
the one
our
to
Salt
watch
Lake.
is Miami.
We love our Salt Lake City girls, but
Yeah, they need to step it up, or else I don't know if we can ever recap their
yeah,
season again. I
they
mean,
just
I'll still watch, but it was rough. It was rough because it was so ridiculous. I'm still like, why was there a choir?
I I don't know. I understand like from that perspective of I used to be in like I would sing in church and I do miss singing, but I really don't miss like singing with the church. So
Yeah,
that's
I don't know. It was like, who's coming to watch them? Like, I'm confused. And I still want to know what Whitney is healing from. So we'll never know that. The finale is next week. I don't know what we're gonna end on, but I'm actually not excited because the season's been a dud. Do you watch Beverly Hills?
no, but I heard Lisa Rinna's leaving.
Lisa Run is leaving, thank the Lord. She's awful. Other housewife news. I don't think there's any.
We're becoming housewives.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the news is I'm becoming a housewife. Oh, speaking of, my boyfriend met my family in Cheyenne, Wyoming this past holiday.
Ah,
He was
they
a
live
hit. He was a
there now.
smash hit.
We
They're
love them.
I think they're just traumatized from the last one that they're like, thank God this person actually exists and does what he says he's supposed to do. So
There you go.
anyway, we got 30 seconds. Any last words?
Um,
That sounds like your funeral procession. Any last
I
words
know.
before you pop your head off?
They're just like we're the garbage trash whores.
Garbage trash whores. I guess if it's day or night, love and light. Bye.